So we're going to teach Roman here. We just got done doing the leadership exercise, which is something you guys need to practice. And again, make sure you do it every day until you get to the 15-minute mark. What we're going to do now is use the same principles from the escalating consequences to keep him out of the kitchen. So again, my authority goes whichever direction my hips and shoulders are pointing at. So for this exercise, we're going to say that he's not allowed to come onto the tile. Roman. Now, I would make it 0 tolerance. I kind of hesitated. He LAY, which is in the spirit of it, but he was across the line. So now he's trying to show off how athletic he is. But that doesn't impress me. That doesn't get him in here. Take one step back, and I wait, and I read him. He stays put, and I take another step back, and I wait, and I read him. Now, he's just trying at this point, I think, to get me to go over. Actually, if you go over there, you might get a little bit better perspective. I think he's looking out there. But now let's crinkle the bag. Is there like a cupboard or something you can open that?
Yeah, we'll get it attention.
Yeah. So I'm going to meet him here. Then I take one step, and as soon as he crosses the threshold, I rush towards him. So there, he stopped himself. Now again, if he keeps on beating you, move this thing further over, and I would maybe move your W because I'm sure he's going to bump into it and knock that stuff over. But the idea is eventually, and don't move backwards unless he's looking at you. Roman, crinkle. See how he stopped himself? Now he's going to probe, and it's going to feel like you're kind of doing a waltz, doing back and forth and back and forth. But again, that's where he determines. Now see how his tail's going? There we go. He took a step down. Now he's across the line, but he's respecting the spirit of it, so I'm going to allow this. But when you're establishing, usually I just have 0 tolerance. I don't let them cross the line at all. So then when you guys are eating dinner, this is the technique that you would use. So they're not allowed to come. So what you might want to do is block that. You have that room blocked on the other side. So this is the only entrance to come in here. If they can go this way, they're going to try to go both ways at the same time. So what I would do is have one of you sit here, one of you sit there, so the person there at the head of the table can actually be the visual. And then this person, when I'm sitting, I lose some authority. So as soon as I sat down, notice he got up. Yes, I love how telegraphic his tail is. There you go. So LA-wise, I take a step back at the same time. He wasn't looking at me, so I just take a short step there. There you go. He crosses the line. Then I can get here. I'm eating my dinner. If at any point he gets up and tries to come in, and I rush. So this is going to be something where for about a week or so, he's really going to push and test. So what I would do is almost do play dinner settings at times, where you can sit down, pretend like you're eating, but you're watching him and waiting for him to come in. Now the other thing I would do, because you have 2 dogs, whenever you have 2 dogs, it's harder when you get 2 because they're getting you double jeopardy. So if you have both of them at the same time, I would focus only on one dog. So you just focus on Roman. But really the better way to do this is to practice this with just one dog at a time. And so that dog understands, like he does now, I'm not allowed to cross the threshold. Then you have him in the kennel for a couple times where you have Charlie out here and you're eating and you get to do the same thing with Charlie. Then once they both understand, then they'll both kind of wait there. Now they're going to push when they're together. They're going to both try to, if somebody's going to break the rule, I'm going to break the rule first. So make sure that you're consistent and you apply it with both of them. But the great thing about this is usually something they pick up on pretty quickly. And then the nice thing is you can sit here and eat your dinner and you don't have to worry about him coming over and hassling you, or if you have dinner, company. Or like I said, when you're cooking, you can make this temporarily because there's food and water is normally in here. But when I'm cooking, no, you're not allowed in here. So that's basically how we establish arbitrary boundaries and how we enforce them.